Hi everyone, my name is Kamara Douglas. I am the Civic Inclusion Manager at the Women's Fund, and I run Appointed. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited because in just a couple weeks, on Tuesday, November 16th, we will be having our annual Appointed One-on-One training. And today we will be going over the Appointed program, and just so you know, this may be a refresher for some and new information for others. Either way, I'm super excited, and let's get started. One thing I like to do is start out with a quote before diving into any presentation. I would ask you to question who's at the table and who's not at the table, and to think about those voices that aren't represented when you're making decisions. And that quote is by James Halliday, the board chair of Emerging Practitioners of Philanthropy. And this question really resonated with me because I really want you to ask yourself, how does your voice play a significant role of you serving in that board seat? Although many governments aim to have civic participation by their citizens, due to limited capacity and budgets, there are fewer systems in place to intentionally encourage people to serve on these government boards and civic commissions. It's crazy because low engagement means that critical perspectives are not included in public decision making. And oftentimes the groups that are missing are women and people of color. That's why in 2018, the Women's Fund launched Appointed. I'm going to give you some fun facts. Well, data is pretty cool. More than half of the population is comprised of women, yet they hold less than 1/3 of civic board seats in our region. And 32% of board seats don't even have women at all. So this is where Appointed comes in. Appointed is a nonpartisan initiative that helps women serve on government boards and civic commissions. We provide support, training, opportunities, and we're also a resource. And we help women serve, and we also connect them to public officials and interested board candidates. So we believe that women make a difference. And it's so important to have women serving on boards, especially government boards, because we find that when women are serving on these boards, not only does it provide racial diversity, there is better financial performance, we're usually right, and we're able to get things done. That's why Appointed's goal is to reach gender parity by 2030. In this particular slide, the boards that are listed are the boards that are in Hamilton County. Can you give me examples of civic boards? Although women are serving in multiple government functions, the numbers are still very low. According to the 2020 Pulse Briefing Report, women serving in elected roles and positions, whether in local, state, county, federal government, are still very low. And you know what they say, numbers don't lie. Women and people of color remain underrepresented in elected government. In 2018, women comprised of 20% of the U.S. Congress, 22% of Ohio State Assembly. Women of color comprised of only 7.1% in the U.S. Congress, 8% of the mayors in the 100 largest cities, and 7% of Ohio State Assembly. That's so low. In our local area, women hold 35% of elected positions in the city of Cincinnati and 32% of county-wide elected positions in Hamilton County. Women hold 42% of elected positions across all the townships, villages, and cities in the area. In Hamilton County, women hold 30% of positions on local boards and commissions. And this does not include the Commission of Women and Girls and the City Gender Equity Task Force. Make sure you guys take a special look at this slide. I want you to pinpoint your county, and I want you to see the stark difference between the representation between the men and women serving on these boards. And I want you to look at the boards with exclusively male appointees from a single government source. We know what these boards are, but we need to talk about why it matters. An appointed has a simple premise. We believe civic leadership should reflect the community that it serves. It's also important to note that although our mission as the Women's Fund is to focus on women and women of color, we also believe representation in general is very critical. All people need to see themselves in leadership roles, whether it's women, people of color, members of the LGBTQIA+ community, and individuals with disabilities, and etc. But you know what? We don't need to sell you with this. But we wouldn't be the Women's Fund if we didn't have the data to back it up. Research shows that diversity improves results, whether it's better governance, increased diversity pipelines, better financial performance, and an improved representation. We know that this matters, and civic leadership should reflect the communities that they serve. Thank you so much for joining me today with this pre-work pertaining to Appointed. Please sign up, get informed, and get connected. Please share amongst your networks, and you should also invite them to our upcoming training. Tell them to sign up for Appointed. It's free after all, but our goal is to make sure that you are able to serve on those boards and commissions, especially in the cities in which you represent, whether it's local, county, or even state. And my job and my goal is to get you in that seat. I look forward to joining you next week. And I'm really excited. Don't forget, it's Tuesday, November 16th at 6 p.m. We will be sending you out that Zoom link shortly. See you guys soon.